It's a two-sport season that provides some of the craziest moments, storylines, and hype to thousands of Wisconsin high school soccer fans all across the state. Today, 132 Wisconsin high school boys soccer teams took the pitch to begin their 2026 quests in search of reaching the final stage in November at Uline Soccer Park in Milwaukee. Here, under the lights from Cardinal Stadium at Fond du Lac High School, it's a Division I non-conference matchup to open the 2026 season. Two teams who last saw each other back in the 2020 to 2021 season, and it was the visitors today who came out on top back on April 17th, 2021. It's the Stevens Point Panthers and the Fond du Lac Cardinals. So glad he could join us here from Fond du Lac High School. I'm Miles Detroit, joined alongside Gunnar Sippert tonight for his first soccer call. Gunnar, you excited?
I am. Yeah, it was great to really get into soccer during the World Cup over the summer, and now I hope that renewed interest from the American public will carry over into the WIAA season.
Absolutely. High school soccer is something special. And like I said, it's kind of a two-sport season within the school year. So you have the girls who just ended a few months ago, and now you kick back up with the boys. And just something about, just reaching that state run at Uline. And it's always good vibes there whenever you reach the state tournament for any sport. But for me, coming from Kiel, the girls team has gone for 5 years straight, so I've gotten to go to pretty much all of those trips, and it's just something special, to end your year on a high note. So, Gunnar, what are you most excited to see to open the boys soccer season rather than compared to it, I should say, when you saw last week Friday when the football season opened?
I think it's just nice to see another sport on the same field. Fond du Lac football had a great opening here. I believe it was at home this past Friday, and just seeing the fans turn out for another sport, seeing these guys take the pitch for their first game of the season, always a lot of energy for a season debut.
Absolutely. So when we get back, we'll preview both these teams. That's the Panthers and the Cardinals. More pregame broadcast coverage when we return. You're listening to Zaleski Sports.
Vehicle maintenance is vital to your day-to-day life. That's why Auto Select of Stevens Point reminds you to be sure to schedule regular oil changes, tire rotations, and general inspections to keep your vehicle in great shape. Let the helpful, friendly staff at Auto Select ensure your vehicle continues to keep you and your passengers safe on the roads, as well as keep your vehicle functioning the way it was intended. For quality, dependable automotive care from service experts, place your trust in Auto Select of Stevens Point. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
To one more
And we welcome you back to Fond du Lac High School here and opening the pregame show. Stevens Point, best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 east in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. Let's preview both these teams here for tonight's regular season opener from Fond du Lac High School. First for the Stevens Point Panthers. Last year's overall record 9-4-6, 5-1-4, and second in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. To end their season, they lost to number one seeded Red Hot, the Hudson Raiders, 4-0 in the regional final to end their season. The Panthers lose 9 seniors. They graduate 9 from last year, 4 all-conference members, including 2 big honorable mentions, center backs of Oliver Peterson and Ian Ekstrand on the defense, and on the offense, 2 first-team all-conference members, huge, of Savan Dinga and Tyler Falkage. However, Panthers return some big pieces to help recover those 2 groups. On the defense, second-team all-conference returner, starting goalkeeper, junior captain Fred Giuliani to defend the net tonight for the Panthers. He's going to be a big piece to lead this defense from the get-go to start this season. And for the offense, you return your leading scorer, junior captain Zachariah Zillman, and your third leading scorer, too, junior Micah Peranto. So some really good guys to help you boost kind of your season and get off on a high note to start and pick up from where you left off last year. It's tough to say, not knowing much about Fond du Lac, Gunnar, which we'll get to in a second here, but where do you want to see the Panthers excel the most tonight in order to get their first win of the season?
I think the Panthers on the road here, the first game of the season, you've got your returning goalkeeper in Giuliani from a year ago, 126 saves, almost 7 per match, a 1.4, 2 goals against average, 7 shutouts, and you've also got a couple of returning. We got one returning second team defensive midfielder in Leighton Stevens. So I think SPASH is pretty strong in the back end. I think they're going to play from their back end, and let their forwards sort of ease into this one, especially with no Savan Dinga, and you're looking to see who's going to be the main scorers along with the returning Zachariah Zillman.
We'll have to keep posted here on when our national anthem will start. But anyways, we'll get into the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Like I said, not much we know about them with nothing posted on WIS Sports, Max Preps Bound, etc. But last year finished 5-10-3 overall, 1-5-3 in a very good Fox Valley Association Conference, which they finished 9th out of 10 teams. What we do know, outside of what I just said, they ended their season short in the Division I regional semi to Sheboygan North last year by a score of 4-1. And he was looking at this roster here a bit before pregame. It's a very junior-heavy team with a few seniors there at the bottom of their lineup, but they'll hope to rely on their seniority here to start their season, kind of flip things around from last year. What are some big things the Cardinals have to do tonight to bounce back from last season and get 2026 off on the right track?
Like you said, Miles, last year a bit of a disappointment for the Cardinals, going 5-10-3. The previous Coach Moan's best season was his first back in 2023, 12-5-3 that year. So looking to get back to those 2023 standards, they've been eliminated by Sheboygan North the past couple of years. I think Fond du Lac, you're just looking to play good in front of your home crowd here and get off to a solid start.
We will send it down to the national anthem here before we close out our post game. As we close out our pregame show, a reminder, Stevens Point, best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 east in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. We also want to thank today's game day sponsors. Today's game is brought to you by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Stevens Point Brewery, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza. Thank you for supporting Zaleski Sports as we bring our first boys soccer broadcast of the 2026 season. And let's get into the starting 11 for both these squads tonight. For the Panthers, down the list, number 2, junior August Zell. The senior, number 4, Noah Troyer. The junior, number 6, Thomas Oswald. The junior leading scorer from last year, number 7, Zachariah Zillman. The senior, number 9, Sebastian Nelson. Number 10, junior Liam Nim. Number 15, junior Garrett Hartsoff. Second team all-conference returner, number 17, junior Leighton Stevens. Number 20, junior Micah Peranto. Number 41, Xavier Arias, the junior. And that second team all-conference goalkeeper leading the defense for the Panthers tonight is Fred Giuliani, the junior. And on the flip side for the hometown Fond du Lac Cardinals, number 1, the junior Jackson Belo. Number 2, the senior Lucas Waldvogel. The senior, number 4, Trey Zakowski. The junior, number 8, McAllister Hayes. Sophomore, number 12, Julian Milan. Junior, number 14, Dawson Larson. Senior, 15, Eli Klotz. Sophomore, number 17, Dal Kuhl. Sophomore, number 19, Landon Westfall. senior number 24, Max Tennyson, and number 26, the senior, Blake Hammock.
Now let's welcome the Fond du Lac Cardinals back to Cardinal Stadium.
Fans trickle in here to Cardinal Stadium from Fond du Lac High School. So glad he could join us here from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm Miles Detroit alongside Gunnard Sippert for tonight, which should be a fun night under the lights. And Gunnard, for me, I played soccer in high school, and we got a lot of 4:30 games, so it's great to see a game under the lights here and get to experience it with these fans, athletes, officials here tonight to open the season.
Yeah, if you're going to make this big of an investment in your facilities, you don't want it to just be for the one sport.
Might as well use it, right?
Yep, have the track meets and the soccer games both seasons, like you were saying, in the spring for the girls and the fall here for the boys. And speaking of that, someone who exemplifies what that's all about, the Stevens Point head coach, Bill Loss, the coach of both the boys and the girls program.
Okay.
Also an assistant at UWSP. So if there's anybody you would associate with soccer in Stevens Point, it would be Coach Loss.
And he will hope to carry his troops today to their first win of the season, taking on the Fond du Lac Cardinals, finishing 5-10-3 overall last season, 9th in the FVA in conference. And the Panthers also out of a really tough conference as well. That Wisconsin Valley is super tough. You had DeForest finish first last year, I believe, and you got a handful of games today that we'll have to keep eyes on. And Zaleski will be covering a Wisconsin Valley FVA game of Oshkosh West and DC Everest, the team I believe who finished first in the conference last year. So hopefully we'll try to keep eyes on it as the night moves along. But as we finish introductions here, we are just about set for kickoff.
Yeah, the Evergreens with a pretty dominant 8-0-2 WVC record a year ago. I believe their goal differential was pretty outrageous. 45 goals for, 6 goals against in conference play. One of those 2 draws was against SPASH. So they got a point off of the Evergreens, but Coach Loss's team looking to win conference for the first time since he's taken over. He's in his 3rd season at 13-15-9, a .473 winning percentage through his first 2 years, and Coach David Moan for the Fond du Lac Cardinals in his 4th year, 28-21-9, a .560 winning percentage. And if you're like me and you didn't know how those winning percentages get calculated, it's your wins plus 1/2 times your draws divided by total games played. So that's why it might seem a little bit different than other sports. There are plenty of draws here in high school soccer.
For the Panthers, they'll be in the white tops with the red lettering and the black shorts. For the hometown Fond du Lac Cardinals, they're in the black with the white lettering and the nice all black kits here with the red team name on the front of their jerseys.
It'll be Fondy to open possession here. We'll see SPASH open possession in the second half. 2 halves of 40 minutes apiece.
That's right, and before the COVID season, I was thinking, remember when it used to be 45-minute halves, Gunnard? And now we are all set to go, kicking it back here for the Cardinals, number 14, Larson, and we are underway from Cardinal Stadium. First game of the high school boys soccer season begins now.
And, of course, that COVID season in the spring of 2021, that alt season, that was the last time these teams met.
Yep.
And going back through WISports fall seasons, which goes all the way back to 2010, I couldn't find a meeting between these two schools.
Yeah,
helps that school's not in session. You can take the big road trips in August.
Right, yeah, absolutely. You can take the nice coach bus up, and Kiel had a game against Amherst today. They had the nice coach bus that they took. But here already applying the pressure, the Panthers. Little give and go here with Peranto. Already we got a foul call there at about the 15. And to go in the direction of the hometown Cardinals.
Just getting a feel for who's playing where. Forwards for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, number 8, McAllister Hazy, one of the captains of this team. You got on the wings, number 4, Trey Zakowski, and number 14, Dawson Larson. That's going to don't quite have their formation down, but looks like it's going to be their front 3. Maybe you've got Hazy playing on a 1 with 2 guys behind him.
Below, the keeper for the Cardinals, kicked that one out of bounds. Here's SPASH on the counter. Deflected off the Cardinals, and so we're going to have our first corner kick of the evening. So SPASH already applying some early pressure here, trying to get the 1-0 start here in the second minute of action.
The netminder, Jackson Bulow, number 1 in the all-pink for Fond du Lac.
Liam Nim for the Panthers will take this corner here from the far side. And there in the middle, the leading scorer from last year, Zillman, looking to make an impact. Here is Zillman in the middle, but it's kicked out. Trying to keep it in play was the man who took the corner, Nim. That'll be another corner kick here. Looks like it got deflected. And Nim will take it again.
A little bit difficult to see the box here, but the box outlined in black.
Yep.
It can be a little bit difficult when it gets into that burgundy end zone.
Here's the corner from Nim, and a great save from the keeper, Bilo, who comes out on it and sends this thing down to the other half.
And there's Giuliani getting way out of his net to make a nice play.
Sweeper keeper indeed there for Giuliani. Now here on the far side for the Panthers, playing this thing in but out of bounds. And a goal kick coming for the Cardinals was Zillman. Like we said, first team from the Valley from last season, leading scorer. You get back with 15 goals, second in conference from last season. He'll be a big jersey to watch out there as we move across the night. Bilo here with the goal kick. And we got a push and foul for the Cardinals on number 14, Larson. So SPASH is going to get this thing right at about midfield.
And a true non-conference game here. These teams wouldn't even meet each other in the postseason, different sectionals of Division I. If they were to play again, both teams would be pretty happy about it because it would be in the state tournament.
Here's the kick from August Zell right to the hands of Bilo. Like we said, the other Valley and FVA games today, besides Oshkosh West, DC Everest, we have Marshfield taking on Appleton West. So the two non-con games to start the year. 4th minute of action here, a 0-0 score from Cardinal Stadium. Hartsoff kicks it out of bounds. Throw-in coming here for himself. Before our assistant AR tells him to come back. Big hit there on Hartsoff, but Panthers maintain possession for now. Back there at center back, the captain Troyer going to navigate the defense as well with Giuliani. And the Panthers just trying to maintain some possession, but here, a deflection. Nim trying to get out of it, but taken away by number 17, Kual. On the return, but a stab from the Panthers. This one taken. Waldvogel looking for some room. Swings it to the far side. Good defense from the Panthers, trying to prevent a shot from Kual. So we saw early possession here for the Panthers, but the Cardinals kind of responding here. Trying to bag one in the back of the net. Takeaway from Larson. Looking up ahead, near side, and it's saved. The shot from Hayes, saved by Giuliani here in the 6th minute.
Not too much on that shot. A nice, easy one for Giuliani to get his bearings in goal.
Yeah, it's a good look to start it, though, for the Cardinals. And, you know, with not having much possession to start this game, you get a good-looking shot. But, like you said, Giuliani kind of warm up the gloves and get his first save underway of the season. Panthers go short with Nim here in the midfield. Swing it to the near side to Nelson. But taken away there on the far side by Kual. Here the Cardinals on the counterattack with Waldvogel on the far side. And they go quick off the foul. There's through ball looking to the far near side to Zakowski. Nim. Finding a lengthy Peranto in the middle there. We talked about Mike, third leading scorer from last year. He is a big boy in there in the middle for the Panthers. See, no height or weight listed on Max Preps for Stevens Point, but just listed as the junior midfielder.
Well, I know their other leading scorer from a year ago, Savon Dinga. He was a great basketball player as well. I believe he was standing at about 6'5".
Yeah, wow.
So Zillman doesn't provide as much size as Peranto and Dinga do, but led the team in goals.
And here is Peranto trying to get something going here for his team. as they're in the offensive third, trying to bag the game's first goal here in the 7th minute of action from Fond du Lac High School. Good swing to the far side. There with Thomas Oswald up front. Drop it back for Nim. He pulls the trigger. This one being cleared by the Cardinals for now. But I talked quite a bit on Friday, how first game jitters, you're going to have to get the rust out. You're looking at a completely new team. No matter how great of a program you are, you're going to have to work out those kinks from the start, and we've seen a little bit of that from these two to start it here, Gunnard.
It seems like the offensive flurries for SPASH have been more just balls kicked deep off the end line, some setting up corners, some setting up goal kicks, whereas Fond du Lac had that extended possession and maybe looking to get a second one going here, but a nice play on defense from Liam Nim to force a throw-in.
Will be a throw-in here for the Cardinals. Will be taken by the senior defender, Hammock. And Gunnar, me and one of my other soccer broadcasting partners, he says the first 10 minutes is always the warm-up period. So once we get after the warm-up period, it's true soccer from there as we still are in it. But here's a ball to the near side with Zakowski with the left foot and right to the hands of Giuliani for an easy save for the Panther.
Almost identical to the first one. That shot from Zakowski, he maybe could have gotten a little bit more on that rather than that first save that Giuliani made where a defender was right in the shooter's space.
Looking for Zillman up top there. Couldn't find him. Ball dropped back now to the Panthers' defensive third. It'll be a throw-in here on the near side with Hartsoff. We're in the 9th minute here from Fond du Lac High School. Trying to find in the middle with Stevens. Pronto looking to pull up. Back to Pronto to Stevens. Stevens pushing his way up. Here on the near side, he's got a wide open Nelson. Looking to play one in with the left foot, but again, right to the hands of the goalkeeper. This time it's Beto. Below, excuse me, not Beto. Jackson Below, the junior goalkeeper. This one to Nelson, to Nim. Right in the center circle, right by the Cardinal logo from Cardinal Stadium. Here's Nim in the middle. Up top to Pronto, looking for a through ball on the far side, but back into the feet of Pronto. To the far side, playing one in, but a nice clearance for the Cardinals. Nim to Pronto. And taken away by the Cardinals. And so far, this Panthers defensive line have worked as a unit, but as I say, a turnover there to Kual. And a good ball up here on the far side. A good tackle there from the defense, but here's a far shot. No good, offline to the left. That one taken by number 8, McAllister Hayes. And it's a goal kick for the Panthers. So warm-up period here finished from Cardinal Stadium. We'll have a goal kick for Fred Giuliani. You're in the 11th minute of action in the first half. Nice kick to about right at midfield. Pronto with the trap. For the captain Nelson here on the near side. Hammock finding his man Milan. Taken by the Panthers. Nim, who's been there a lot of the ball so far tonight here in the middle. And we're going to have a throw-in coming for Spash. Here's Nim in the middle, dropping him back to Zell. Like I said, this defensive line working really well so far here for Spash. Troyer on the far side. They lose possession there, but thankfully get a throw in there right in front of their bench there at the top of your screen.
Ball just staying inside the fence here. It looks like we've got a spare and a assistant to the refs holding the spare ball there on the far sideline.
Well, there's a lot of parking lot you see there at the top of your screen that if one escapes, there's going to be some running to do. With not a lot of cars in the way either. There's a throw-in on the far side. Zillman looking to stay on it, and we're going to have a corner kick here, and we'll see if Liam Nim will take it again for SPASH. And he will as he jogs over to the far side. 13th minute of action here in the first half. Glad he could join us here from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Miles Detroit, Gunnard Sippert for the first boys soccer call of the season. This one headed out of his way. Oswald looking to stay on it. Back to Nim, who gets back on side. Nim on the far side, looking to play one in. Winds up with the left foot. This one headed for danger. And over the crossbar, the head attempt from Sebastian Nelson. Over the top crossbar, and a goal kick coming for Fondy.
Simplicity CU brings home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, your business, or your home. Check them out at simplicity.coop today.
Here's the goal kick coming for Below and the Cardinals as they work on the far side here in the 14th minute. Both teams kind of just feeling each other out here in the first about 14-ish minutes. And here's a nice ball on the near side for Troyer, who's got some space in front of him. Trying to make a cut back, but there to pick his pocket was the Panther for, let's see who caught it. That was Stevens working his way back. Open shot blocked. The attempted shot for the Cardinals. Play it in. And that shot for Fondy was Qual again, who's been a good piece on that far side for the Cardinals. And this one tonight so far. Qual, the sophomore midfielder, playing on that far side. You'll hear his name a bit tonight. And SPASH trying to work up a counterattack here. Zillman leading the way, but through ball just a bit too strong to the hands of Below. He'll swing it to the far side with Qual. But again, if you missed it in the pregame, the Panthers finished their season losing to the Hudson Raiders back in the regional final last year. And for Fondy, they lost to Sheboygan North, the 4 seed, in the regional semifinal. But both these teams, Gunnard said, not coming from the same section, but both in Division I. And obviously, Division I, the best of the best, the big schools, the big programs. And Hudson was really a really hot team from last year who talked about a lot on social media and ended up going to the state tournament but lost in the state semifinal to, do you know who? I couldn't check. Do you remember?
I knew they were semifinalists.
Yep.
I can't recall. I do know that on their way to state, they beat the best team from the Fox Valley Association, Fond du Lac's conference. That was Hortonville. Hortonville and Neenah tying both at 7-0-2 last year. I believe Hortonville had the tiebreaker, though. Hortonville, one of the top 10 teams in the state, and Hudson, that same team that beat SPASH, was able to take care of the Polar Bears.
Here's a nice kick there from number 14 for the Cardinals, Larson. Making a tough save for Giuliani, but here's a big boot to the near side. Coming up on it for the Panthers is Zillman here on the near side. Gets past one, looking to play it in with the left. Cuts back. And great defense there for the Cardinals. Tennyson picked his pocket. And we've got a throw-in for the Cardinals thanks to the senior Max Tennyson. Now we get our first substitutes, 3 for each team tonight. First time they come on here for both the Panthers and the Cardinals.
Number 7, Cole Phelan.
At B&H Concrete Lifting, they specialize in raising and leveling sunken concrete for driveways, sidewalks, patios, garage floors, and more. For home or business, call B&H Concrete for fast, clean, and long-lasting results. Now offering spray foam insulation. So throwing for the Cardinals here for one of those members who came in, Blago, the sophomore for the Cardinals. Here's SPASH trying to get on the board. Here's Blago looking up for number 4, Zakowski. It's a big piece. Your reserves that come in provide the spark and the energy off the bench, but here's a foul on Larson. And be a free kick right outside the hashes.
Subs coming on. Caught them all for Fond du Lac. I missed one for SPASH. Number 7, Cole Phelan for the Cardinals. Number 9, as you said, Rudy Blago. And number 16, Carter Eag. And the 2 subs I was able to catch, 21 for SPASH, D'Angelo Diaz, and 27, Xander Hess. 22, our final sub, Caden Vandewettering. A very Fox Valley name for a SPASH player there.
18th minute of action here in the first half. Throwing here on the near side for the Panthers. It'll be Hartsoff here, the near side defender. Cardinals pushing up with Felon. All those subs that came in for Fondy. Already coming up on halfway through this first half. 0-0 score here from Cardinal Stadium. Zitkowski. It's a shot from afar from number 12, Milan, just a bit offline, and a goal kick for second team all-conference member Fred Giuliani coming up.
Ashley Morphy, your Central Wisconsin. Ashley Morphy, your Central Wisconsin mortgage loan officer, over a decade in banking and lending, guiding buyers through every step with transparency and care. A mom of 3 who knows the right home and the right loan matter. Home financing made simple with Ashley Morphy on Highway 10 at rate on Highway 10 in Stevens Point.
Jonathan Jaramillo steps in for the Cardinals. A miscommunication here ends up in the hands of Arias. On the second attempt here, Zillman, but this one way offline. Above the head of Bilo. But deflected. We're going to have a corner kick here for SPASH.
Certainly that turnover was unexpected even by the SPASH players. Just not enough support there for Arias and Zillman. You see Zillman rush that shot, just try to make something of the turnover, and he gets a corner kick out of it.
Yeah, big miscommunication error there for the squad. Nice
drop pass header there.
And the big wind-up taken by Troyer, just a bit offline, and a goal kick coming for Bilo once again. A 20th minute of action here from Cardinal Stadium. 0-0 score between the Panthers and the Cardinals. Glad he could join us here on a Tuesday night. This one taken away by the man, I believe, who came in. That was Jaramillo. Just kidding. There were 24, Tennyson back there. Jaramillo up top, playing the striker role for Fondy.
No preseason polls out that I could find, but both of these teams with middle-of-the-road records a year ago. SPASH perhaps a little bit better at 9-4-6. Wouldn't expect either team to be in the top 10 of Division I to start the season at least, but this is where you build your case in the non-conference before you get bogged down playing the same opponents once conference rolls around.
Attempt to play in the ball, no good.
Great disruption by the Fond du Lac defense. That was number 27, Xander Hess, who had seemingly a wide-open goal. But nice defense from the Cardinals to deflect it.
Yeah, and just able to get that ball out of there with the header clearance. And now we got to throw it on the far side. But you said it last year, according to Max Preps, the Panthers finishing 78th in Wisconsin and the Cardinals finishing 128th. And we said the Panthers with a little bit of a better season compared to Fond du Lac last year. This one dropped back to Giuliani.
Panthers able to win a playoff game last year, bowing out in the regional final. Fond du Lac did that the year prior when they lost to Sheboygan North in a regional final in 2024. The Vikings, or pardon me, the Golden Raiders, the logo is the Vikings. Golden Raiders have taken down the Cardinals each of the past 2 playoffs.
Here's Zukowski trying to make things happen. A good tackle. He was looking for a handball, I believe, but a good tackle from Zell to get it back here on the right side corner. A nice cut there from Stevens and working his Panthers up the field here. Good ball on the far side. Trying to make it happen is Zillman. A good tackle, and we're going to have a corner kick for the Panthers.
Certainly on set pieces, SPASH has had the advantage here tonight. We have yet to see a corner or any sort of free kick in the offensive end for the Cardinals. The Cardinals have had those couple of shots on goal.
Yep.
Giuliani's made those easy saves, whereas Bulow's saves have been from long-range shots. Not much has come of these corners, just as I said it.
In the perfect spot for the Cardinals, I think that was Blago. They're on the left side, tapped it with his foot, and then now into the hands of Bilo. But if he wasn't there on the far side, that would have been our game's first goal.
And what an impact from the substitution. Of course, on the set piece there, the fresh legs don't make much of a difference, but just a fresh pair of eyes being able to be in the right place at the right time, and you're definitely going to dip more than just the starting 11 at this level.
I couldn't catch who had the header. Did you see for the,
I did
for the
not.
Panthers? And it was a quick header, and was possibly going to see if that was our first goal. But now here the Cardinals coming up. It's Fellon working his way to the half semicircle.
Had a long run, and I think he wanted to get it to the wing, just waited a little bit too long as Zukowski was out there on the right wing.
Stevens trying to work it up the field. And here is the man who saved what potentially could have been the first goal, Blago, here on the near side. Now with Waldvogel. But yeah, you said it, just a few counterattacks, those few shots right to Giuliani's hands, but it's really been the Panthers with the major of the opportunities and the chances here in this first half as we're in the 24th.
Certainly feels like in the midfield it's been about even in what you would call in hockey the neutral third of the field, but certainly we've spent more time in the end down by Bulow than by Giuliani.
And here on the near side, it's Zukowski. Taken away by the Panthers. Here rushing over it to it is Board for the Panthers, a reserve here for Spash. Looking for the cross. And a nice one with the left foot, finding the far side with Zillman. No open window for him. He pulls it out. Good find for Peranto in the middle.
It's going to go off the end line, and SPASH player not able to retrieve it.
Yeah, off the deflection, off the shot attempt from Micah Peranto, and we'll have yet another corner here for Spash.
First one from the near side. They've all been from that far back corner towards the high school here in Fond du Lac. One of the largest, I believe both of these schools, two of the largest enrollments in the state.
First corner from Board as well. And here's a shot attempt rushing up on it. But it hit the leg of one of the Cardinals there, and they get it out for harm's way for now. But winding up on it was August Zell, who came out from a rocket. And here's Fondy on the counter. Good tackle on the far side by Vanda Wettering. And so far, right now, at least, Spash just kind of maintaining some possession. We're going to have a referee stop. I didn't see we had a down player here at the 15.
It's a SPASH player in the Fond du Lac end. Could be Zillman. I think Zillman's one of the teammates coming to help him up.
And I think it could have been on the big shot from Zell off that. Could have been off the ricochet, and hoping that down member is okay there on the left side. But
trainer out. We could take a break.
Yeah, we will. Why not? We'll step aside, take a break as athletic personnel get to the injured player. And you are listening to Zaleski Sports.
Presented by Tommy's Express Car Wash.
There we go.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
Go.
Welcome back here to Fond du Lac High School. Getting up on his own, Leighton Stevens walking off and seems to be in good shape. The injured player before we head to break there.
Could be the end of his night just because this is the season opener.
Right.
He's one of your better players. He was an honorable mention as a freshman. He was a second-teamer all last year as a junior, hopefully getting onto that first-team recognition line. And you don't want to risk any more of his junior season for the non-conference opener.
Nelson here with the ball to the far side to Zillman. Zillman with the right foot just missed it there on the near far side. We're going to have a goal kick for the Cardinals.
Hit the side of the net. Bulow didn't have to move from his corner position.
And if you can get Stevens back out, I mean, if he's healthy, you know, if coaching staff, you know, with head coach Bill Loss and assistants next to him, if you can get him back out there, you want to. I mean, you get this big non-conference win against a solid program out of the FVA. He'll take it. But obviously, like you said, you want him healthy. He's one of your best.
Yeah,
best
certainly.
members.
All things being equal, if he's good to go, he's good to go. But if there's even the slightest doubt, it is just your non-conference opener.
Here's lost right to the hands of Below.
On the last goal kick, they played it short from Below to one of his outside backs, and it was turned over for a deep throw-in. This time they go for the big boot.
Big boot from Below, like you said. This one kicked out of bounds on the far side. Throw in for Fondy. As we are in the 27th minute, still a 0-0 score. And the header off the Panthers was really the only true chance we've gotten. And the save off the corner from Blago, who was in the perfect spot on the far side corner from the corner kick, prevented the first goal of the evening. Both these teams working off the rust. First game of the 2026 season. It's been a physical game. It's been both offenses looking pretty solid from the start, and both defenses kind of getting a feel for each other. And really, you don't get a lot of practice time for all sports. Really, you kind of have to work through a first full game. A good tackle there for Stevens Point. On that one was Zell. Read it like a book. But we have the first corner kick here for the Cardinals coming up.
Good ball in there for Zakowski. I believe it was Waldvogel sending him in and creating a lot of pressure, and it necessitated that very impressive tackle.
So chasing after this one, looking to take the corner kick will be Zakowski, the senior midfielder.
As of right now, you've got Zakowski taking it, and only 5 Cardinals near the box. You had 3 back. Now it looks like they're going to have 2 back.
Yeah, it looks like a little set piece here. They're all kind of on the top of the 16 there. A majority of Fond du Lac members.
See if I can.
What's essential here is if Panthers keep their marks in front of them and keep Fond du Lac off the board. Corner kick incoming, nearly headed right into the back of the net, but instead cleared out by number 47 Board. The threat not taken yet. This one dropped back to Zell, who had that tackle to set up this corner kick. But he kicks it out. Throw in for the Cardinals, but we're going to have a sub step on for Fondy. Number 11 for the Cardinals, Brody Webb. Stepping on, I believe, for the first time today, the sophomore. Again, no stats for these Cardinals from last year, so we're not sure. No roster, no stats. Not sure if he was a returner or anything. He was freshman last year, so I'm going to say maybe not. But
was able to find all conference from a year ago,
Yep.
but all of those players, seniors, having moved on.
Right. Yeah, so that's huge. You know, having to fill those shoes of those senior all conference members. You know, whereas SPASH, you returned quite a few really good contributors from last year who. You had a really nice season, and you kind of hope to take some of that into this year. And you can compete in a really good conference, but one that you can finish out on top. And Hope to carry some momentum from that Hudson loss into this year. So about 3/4 into this first half here. Pronto trying to take it away from Waldvogel. We're going to have a free kick here. Dangerous spot inside the 20.
I forgot to stop the clock during the injury
No worries.
timeouts. It's not like the World Cup where they just leave it running,
Right.
and we have the stoppage time.
So we're about coming up on exactly 30 minutes in. For those wondering. We're going to have a good free kick spot here. It'll be taken by Waldvogel.
You see the two SPASH defender or SPASH forwards ready to leak out if they can get a quick counter.
This one deflected off the three-person wall, and the goalkeeper Giuliani can't save it. So we're going to have a corner kick here, second of the night for the Cardinals.
Corner kick on the left.
Another one of those big rollers out to the fence. You got a lot of empty space behind the goalpost. And it looks like we'll have a second ball supplied on the far pylon.
Taking the corner will be Hayes. Here in the 31st minute, still knotted up. Here the right hand goes up. This one batted to the far side. Fond du Lac still looking to stay on it.
That one leaked right through the crease past a couple of players for both sides.
Felon drops it to Waldvogel. Waldvogel looking in the middle, but cleared out by the Panthers. But here to meet it, the center back, number 19, Westfall. Fondy looking to keep the pressure on here in the 32nd. Waldvogel over to the far side to Hayes. Back to Waldvogel. Fancy footwork in the middle, trying to get past him. Look to the far side with Ferguson over there, possibly. I believe it is.
Fond du Lac, certainly this is their best offensive stretch of the game.
No doubt. Felon shot just offline. And a goal kick coming here for Giuliani. But like you said, best offensive stretch we've seen from the Cardinals tonight. It's a good sequence. And it all started with the center back, Westfall, keeping that thing in. He pushed up to midfield and kept this pressure applied here for the Cardinals offense in the Panthers defensive third.
You could feel the home faithful getting behind the Cardinals.
Yeah.
School hasn't started yet, but it is kind of asking a lot of the SPASH fans to drive all the way down here.
No kidding, yeah.
So definitely a lot more Fondy fans here in the bleachers.
JV game before this as well for both squads.
Believe it ended in a scoreless draw.
0-0 it did. So that's the future of both these squads working. It was a good game. I got to see the last 20-ish minutes or so. We're going to have a throw in on the far side. That member I said of Ferguson, the far side winger. Fondy plays one in. Looking for the trap, number 11, Webb. This one cleared out by the Panthers D-line. But again, pushing up and just right there to meet it are the Cardinals. Tennyson's there. And here finding number 22, Jaramillo. Jaramillo trying to win it back. But pushing up for the Panthers is Nelson, but stripped away. Now Waldvogel. And in the 34th minute of action here. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. There's a big boot to the far side. Good save from Ferguson with the header to keep it in. We've seen quite a bit of Fondy possession here these past couple minutes. And like we said, it's been more of the Panthers with quite a bit of possession and opportunities compared to the Cardinals so far in this first half. We got a foul here. Poor tackle there from Blago in the middle. A pretty dangerous free kick spot that's going to be taken here at about the 40. Let's say the 43. 35th minute, and they go short with Nim here on the near side. Nim going to take the long boot. This one. Right to Nim. Good cut from Nim, looking for some opening. But this one taken away, and a good tackle from Waldvogel, who's been a good piece in the middle for Fondy. Blago. Right back to Blago from the middle. Here he is on the near side. Ball up ahead here to Webb. Rushing up on it was number 15, Hartsoff. Substitute on for the Cardinals. That'll be coming back on Trey Zitkowski for Fond du Lac as we come up on 5 minutes to go here in the first. Throw in here for Blago. Finds Waldvogel with the left foot. Hit his own defender. Second attempt. No good. Up and away. And a goal kick coming for Giuliani. Well, it looked like that one who hit off his back, or one of his members' backs, looked like it could have been a solid shot, but the second one, not so much. So goal kick coming here for the junior Fred Giuliani. With 4.5 minutes to go here till halftime. Settling it down, Sebastian Nelson there on the far side. Excuse me, Hayes there on the far side. Drops it back to the Panthers defense, who seeking back some momentum and some possession here that they haven't had much of these past couple minutes. Quick throw in there to Zillman. Zillman pushing up with a lot of real estate in front of him. Zillman with the right foot, the cross in and just missing it. Number 47, Board, but a great sequence and a counterattack for Spash. We'll have to see, and it'll be a goal kick here coming for Fondy.
I couldn't tell if a Fond du Lac defender got a boot on that or if it was just good defense, and it works out perfectly for them. No deflection. The Board was just not able to send it into the net. He was defended very tight.
Zillman had a bit of pace on that one, just a bit too much for Board. So hit it on the opposite side of the goal.
Turned it over the last time they played it short like this. And again.
The announcer's curse. You speak it into existence.
And not much pressure from Board.
Yeah, they were playing back.
Just Tennyson not able to complete that pass, try to get it out on a wing.
So it seems like Panthers are going to let them play that short on those goal kicks. Rather have something short than long. On the near side, it's Nelson. Looking for a ball up to Board, the man who almost had our game's first goal. There have been two really, really true opportunities now for Spash. One off that corner kick that was deflected away in the corner by Blago for Fond du Lac, and there that sequence moments ago with Zillman and Board. .38th minute here from Fond du Lac High School. So glad he could join us on Zaleski Sports, our first boys soccer broadcast of the year. Spash drop back here to Zell. Looking to the far side with Oswald. Up to Zillman. Zillman with a bit of pressure, looking for Nim in the middle, but deflected, taken away by Fond du Lac. Waldvogel pushing it up, as well as Zitkowski.
Got 3-on-4 here. Wasn't able to get it clean to the wing.
And now Spash able to get some members back here on defense, but still applying some pressure here for Fond du Lac. Waldvogel. Zitkowski, Waldvogel, kind of that duo in the middle here we've seen tonight so far. Great defense there from Spash. Noah Choyer picked the pocket. Up ahead here to number 7, Zillman. Zillman, far side, a lot of space, one-on-one with the keeper, sneaks it by him, and Spash is on the board. First goal from the leading scorer, Zachariah Zillman, and the Panthers lead 1-0.
$15 a year ago, one and counting in his junior season for Zachariah.
And the assist with the nice tackle came from Noah Troyer with a great ball up the sideline on the far side to Zillman. And like you said, 15 goals last year, number 1 for him here in 2026. And the Panthers strike first.
And not only is that the icebreaker here in this one, that's going to feel a little bit outsized in its weight going into the half. It really felt like we were going to be headed to a scoreless first 40 minutes, and now SPASH has all the momentum headed into the break.
Yeah, and Fond du Lac was building up such good possession there, had so many good chances, and just a good takeaway there for the Panthers and a good sequence with your leading scorer, and just like that, a flip of a switch, and it's 1-0 as the final 40 seconds of the first half will tick. And what a great performance here from Bilo, too, here for the Cardinals, the goalkeeper. And they're just a great shot from Zillman. Not a lot you can do, and just a beautiful sequence from SPASH. So Troyer, the returner with no stats, a defensive member from last year as well. The captain this year gets his first assist of the year. I think they'll tally him with the assist. Got that good ball up the sideline, and final 5 seconds of the first half will tick here from Cardinal Stadium. And instead of the hometown, it's the visitors, Stevens Point Panthers, leading the Fond du Lac Cardinals 1-0 at the end of the first half, with a last-minute goal there coming from Zachariah Zillman. And they lead 1-0 as we are at the break. You're listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Tommy's Express Car Wash.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Yeah, it didn't.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Go.
A last-minute score here from the Stevens Point Panthers, assisted by number 4, senior captain Noah Troyer, to leading scorer number 7, junior Zachariah Zillman, gets the Stevens Point Panthers up ahead against the Fond du Lac Cardinals 1-0 as we are through a full half complete here on Zaleski Sports. So glad he could join us. I'm Miles Detroit alongside Gunnard Sippert for his first soccer call. And Gunnard, first half of your first call, how'd it go?
Certainly looked like we were going to be scoreless at the half, and just a huge play for SPASH to take all the momentum into the break here. That Zillman goal, the assist from Troyer and Zachariah. You know, your big players have to show up every game, and he certainly has shown up here in game 1. 15 goals a year ago. He was second on the team in points, just a little bit behind his teammate Sivan Dinga, 36 versus 35. A couple more assists for Dinga compared to Zillman. But Zachariah with a great start to his junior season, looking to get his second first-team all-conference selection this year.
Yeah, just a junior, too. So this year and one more in your senior year, he's going to be a really good piece for the Stevens Point Panthers team. But I said before the half, too, Noah Troyer, senior defender last year, returner from this year. No stats, and he bags an assist in the first game of his senior season. So how about that? A cool moment there for your senior year, and gets you on the board in the opening game here for the Panthers as they lead 1-0 at the break. We'll step aside, take a break, bringing some more halftime coverage here on Zaleski Points. Panthers 1, Cardinals 0 at the break.
The littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
Beer battered cheese curds now at Nasonville Dairy. Get them before they're gone in Marshfield at Weber's Farm Store, Curtis, and at the Nasonville Worldwide headquarters on Highway 10 just west of Marshfield. Master cheesemaker Ken Hyman, tell us more about beer battered curds.
We've been acknowledged as having some of the best curd in the nation and in the world. We actually finished first in the world last year, world competition. So here we are, and we always compete well with other people. So now it's the idea of making a beer batter that could be the best in the world.
On now at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service, starting as low as $49 on Starfire Tires Plus. Price match guarantee on all tire brands. When it comes to tires, look no further than Sherrill Tire and Auto Service in Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, and Weston. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. Gunnar, these two teams opening the season, I'll send it to you as you kind of preview what these two teams' schedules will look like here in 2026.
As you mentioned at the start of the broadcast, let's start with tonight. It's the opening night of the boys' soccer season. Football opening the fall season a week ago. Perhaps maybe some cross-country meets before that, but now truly the full fall season for WIAA getting underway. Cross-country, girls golf.
Yep.
Volleyball, of course, will be on Zaleski Sports as well coming up tonight, in fact, a couple of volleyball matches. Opening night games for these two teams' conferences. Let's start first with the WVC. River Falls at Wausau East tonight. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln is opening at Bayport. That game on Zaleski Sports, by the way. River Falls at Wausau East. Looks like...
No score right now.
It looks like... we don't quite have a score for that one yet. Maybe a delayed start there. And as we mentioned, another FVA versus WVC matchup. Marshfield is in Appleton at Appleton West. Similar tale in the Wausau East game. They're up 1-0 at the half. And that final FVA versus WVC matchup, this time at the WVC school, the defending conference champion DC Everest Evergreens hosting the Oshkosh West Wildcats. The lone team not playing tonight from the WVC is Wausau West. They are at Mosinee tomorrow. And in the FVA, most teams are underway tonight. The only two teams not underway, Kaukauna and Neenah. They'll play tomorrow. We'll get to them later. In the FVA, Appleton Xavier is at Appleton East, Hortonville at West De Pere, Appleton North at Notre Dame Academy up in Green Bay, Oshkosh North hosting crosstown rivalry, a co-op between Lourdes Academy and Valley Christian at the Spartans tonight. Marshfield, as I said, at Appleton West. Oshkosh West is at DC Everest. Of course, SPASH and Fond du Lac here. And the final FVA game tonight, Green Bay Preble in Kimberly. And coming up tomorrow, season openers for the Galloping Ghosts, the lone Division II team in the FVA at Luxembourg Casco, and Bayport will be at Neenah. So 9 teams in D1 from the FVA. I believe a couple in D2. It might just be Wausau East for the WVC.
We'll step aside, take one more break here before we get you set for the second half. Panthers and the Cardinals, second half, coming up next.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom-decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at maidacustom.com.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. Tonight's soccer match presented by Bozen. Churches, schools, clinics, food plants. For nearly a century, the Bozen Company has built them. As your construction manager and general contractor, collaborate, construct, building value every day. The Bozen Company, bozenco.com. And also, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Nicolay Bank. They offer personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Learn more at nicolaybank.com.
So glad you could join us here from Cardinal Stadium in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. We're getting set for the second half here in the 40th minute, scoring this game's first goal was last year's leading scorer for the Panthers, number 7, junior Zachariah Zillman, assisted off senior Noah Troyer, the senior defender captain. And now the Panthers will get this thing right back. And right at midfield, kicking this thing off, will be Caden Board, who had that true opportunity back in the first half, could have scored their first goal.
Seemed like that was going to be the
definitely
latest of many what-ifs going into the half before they got that goal from Zillman. Really nice potential assist from Zachariah to Board, but that one was just offline a couple of minutes before the goal.
No matter, he comes back and scores it himself, and that is how the Panthers lead 1-0. Second half underway here from Cardinal Stadium. Let's see what the Fond du Lac Cardinals can do to respond. Nearly taking that thing away was Board up top there. Pardon, that was Arias. Xavier, the junior.
They're looking for a quick throw in there for Fond du Lac, but clarification from the referee, it's going to be going the other way. Left to right now for SPASH, right to left for the home team.
Taking away this thing in the middle by Hayes. A good ball there to the far side. A good tackle there from Zell, who's been a good piece in the defense for SPASH. First, we got a whistle here from center official, and foul will go against the Cardinals, and Giuliani's going to take this kick from about the 20. And we'll see how the Cardinals respond out of the gates here with that break at halftime, pick back up the energy and carry some of that momentum they had before that goal with some good possession, good opportunities, but just ended up couldn't bag one in the back of the net before the break. Here's a ball up the sideline to Larson, taken away by the Panthers. Like Gunnar said, working their way left to right now here in the second. Chop back for Hayes. The man who's been there right in the middle, Lucas Waldvogel. Keep an eye on him as he possibly could net this first goal here for Fond du Lac. Him to the near side with Peranto. And Gunnar Stevens still what looks to be out of this game. He was the injured candidate. Actually, is he right there? On the far side? I don't think I...
Yeah, midway through the first half, Leighton Stevens going down. And we talked about, all things being equal, maybe won't come back for this one. And certainly once Zillman got that goal.
Right, yeah, that definitely helps your case. But I don't think I see him out here on the pitch. So still battling with that injury. Here's one headed away by the Cardinals by Tennyson. The center back. Oh, he is out there, number 17. Stevens in the middle. We missed him.
Well, good to see that it was nothing serious then.
I was looking around and couldn't find him, but there he is, popping out in the midfield. Yeah, and he got up on his own, so I kind of had a feeling that he might be coming back out here tonight to provide some insurance for his squad.
You see on the ticker there, it looks like they're still in the first half. Oshkosh West and DC Everest scoreless.
They're in a weather delay.
Ah.
Yep, so that was why they have the thumbnail up. But I think they just got to halftime, and then the delay, I think, hit. But, yeah, scoreless, like you said. So
and the updated ticker here on Zaleski Sports, you've got live scores for volleyball even within the set. Couple of volleyball matches going on tonight. I know we've got a triangular that's going to be broadcasted later this week by Dan Lau in the western part of the state. I believe Cadott, the host of that one. See if Fond du Lac can keep it in bounds here. They struggled with that short drop-off on the goal line.
Yeah, and then SPASH has been letting them go short off those goal kicks here the entire night. Started with a few long ones with the junior goalkeeper Bilo, but now has been deciding to go short. And here's the counterattack here on the near side for Fond du Lac. Keeping this thing in bounds, number 14, Larson. A good tackle here for Troyer, the man who bagged that assist to the lone goal tonight. Here's a good ball, far side with number 22, but deflected there for the Panthers. But he had painted perfectly was Jaramillo. Just couldn't get his footing right.
That was an impressive tackle, but a nice job for Larson. He stayed on that ball. Very strong possession for him, and he earns his team a set piece from the corner.
And it'll be taken by Trey Zetkowski, the senior here for the Cardinals. But, man, he was wide open as can be. Just couldn't get his footing correct was Jaramillo. But like you said, we'll have a corner set piece here.
7 in the box for Fondy.
This one cleared out. Right to the feet of Larson. And Larson just above the goal post. And a goal kick coming for second team all-conference returner Fred Giuliani.
And we didn't talk much about Giuliani at the break. Made the saves he needed to. Nothing too dangerous. The most potential dangerous shot actually went off of a Fond du Lac teammate's back.
Yeah. I would say, that could have been one of their more dangerous shots if it went through. And Giuliani, I think, is a little thankful, too, that his team bagged that goal. But Fond du Lac starting to build some momentum and kind of looked like they were going to get a dangerous shot off before the break.
Yeah, we haven't seen all that Giuliani's capable of, but I'm sure if Fond du Lac keeps this pressure up, we'll need to see it.
Yeah, and there he is. He's speaking into existence. The shot from Waldvogel and a beauty of a save from Giuliani, his best of the night.
And my apologies for missing that there on the thought I was panned over enough. Giuliani pushing it above the crossbar. He gets back up to his feet and gives a fist pump. Got the celebration with his teammates.
Yeah, once you get that true good save. I'm a fellow goalkeeper, so you get that good first save of the game. It gets you fired up towards the finish line. Now corner kick coming from Larson here on the near side. Dangerous ball to the far side, and it's kicked out of bounds by one of the Fond du Lac Cardinals, number 16 on the far side, Carter Eag. And Eag didn't start this one, but the reserves have been huge for both these squads tonight. Would you agree, Gunnard?
I think your starting 11 on opening night is definitely fluid, and you're going to give your reserves certainly more play in a game like this than perhaps you would in a playoff game down the stretch.
It hits off the goalkeeper, Bilo. Thankful it didn't roll past him into the net.
Still, though, unforced error there.
And it's going to be a corner kick here for SPASH. We talked about the starting 11, but how huge, especially in soccer, opening day, how conditioning, how crucial that is. You're not going to be fully conditioned, running for a full 80 minutes, so how big these reserves are in this first game, that they can provide some support in big moments and close games like we have here tonight.
And certainly a game here in late August, in terms of conditioning, cohesion, it's going to be different than when we get to October.
And good save there from Bilo.
Great job by Bilo.
He's
compartmentalizing that mistake and just bouncing back.
He had a few of those saves off the corner kicks where he came out of his box and squeezed that thing tight. Now here's Fond du Lac trying to respond. On the near side, it's Larson, who's made his case known in the second half, as well as Waldvogel, who you see with the ball. Good tackle there in the middle from Stevens, but nobody to get his tackle. Swing to the far side over there with Westfall. Westfall just going to take his time here, drop it back. A good tackle on the far side, kicking this thing out, but we're going to get a corner kick here for the Cardinals. And the good tackle coming from Garrett Hartsoff.
Fill your home with the best from home furniture, sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and so much more. Home furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover.
Zatkowski taking the corner kick here, kicks it to right inside the 16. We're going to have a hold here in the middle of the box.
I think Zatkowski got under that a little bit more than he had hoped.
That thing was flying in the air. Yeah, no kidding. So 1-0 score here in the 49th minute, already coming up on a quarter of the way in to this second half. And here's Stevens looking to the near side here with number 6, Oswald. Back here to Eag. Calling for the switch there on the far side. And they get it there to the far side, but first intercepted by the Cardinals, or excuse me, the Panthers. They get it in the middle with Stevens. And here it is. Stripped away. We got a holding call on Zillman.
Yeah, Zachariah, I feel was trying to be a little bit too fancy there. He had the defender one-on-one. Could have had possession. It looked like he was trying to let the ball go through. That was number 19 on the defense, Westfall.
And it wasn't Stevens in the middle who I said, it was Peranto, actually. Both those, they look pretty similar out there. Would you agree, Gunnar? Kind of both lengthier guys, taller.
Two of the bigger guys on the SPASH team.
Definitely. So it's Peranto kind of setting up that sequence there in the middle instead of Leighton Stevens. And here is Peranto on the near side. Drops it back for his man Troyer. Again, who bagged the only assist in this one tonight. And set up just a beauty of a ball down the sideline for Zillman, and Zillman really just did the rest on that lone goal.
Thought I heard a whistle. Nope.
Here's him in the middle, dropping it for Peranto. Spash moving this thing around really nicely. Officially a quarter of the way into the second half. 51st minute from Cardinal Stadium. Here's Peranto swinging it to the near side here with Oswald. Oswald looking for an opening with the right foot, pulls it back. Trying to get past him, but great defense there from number 16, Eag. But getting it back here. Ball placed in, headed out of way, and a good save there for Bilo. But they're trying to meet it. Was, I believe, Zillman, and he was in the perfect spot. But good defense there for the Cardinals. And this time, not off the goal kick, but they get it long there. Find the feet of Liam Him. This one kicked out of bounds, rolls off the sideline. And a throw-in coming for Spash with Liam Nim. Here's the throw back to Troyer. Unforced error there. Liam Nim trying to win it back. And he does on the near side, working his way into the middle. Could have had an opening. Just couldn't get the ball within his feet. Stevens winds up, deflected. Drop back to the Spash defense. Dangerous ball with the head, no good. Right to the keeper of Bilo. I believe that was Sebastian Nelson with the head, or it was Zillman up top. Nelson gets pushed. And we'll have a free kick there on the far side, right before midfield. They find Nim on a short one. Nim miskicks it here to the near side. 53rd minute here from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I tell you what, Nim has been a great piece in the middle. Besides Zillman, who has scored this only goal, Nim has done a really good job distributing here in the midfield. Taken away, Arias up top to Zillman with the right foot, just missed it. But a good sequence there. You saw Arias get involved with Zachariah. It's just a bit to the left.
A little bit too much on that one for Zillman. As perfect as his shot on the goal was, just doing a little bit too much with it there. Great ball in from Arias, giving him the setup.
Yeah, it was a tough angle and just couldn't get his feeding right. You saw he kind of winded up with the right foot, landed on the ground. Just overall wasn't the perfect opportunity where you had a true scoring chance there.
Just a correction from earlier, that Cadott triangular for volleyball, that's tonight, as well as Greenwood hosting Abbotsford, our opening for indoor sports.
Right, yeah.
And then, that'll be it for non-football broadcast this week. Coming up on Thursday, we've got 3 different games and then a pretty jam-packed slate on Friday night.
Gunnard and myself will be calling Winneconne and Omro. Winneconne coming off an incredible win week 1. I don't know if you kept eyes on that one, but a goal line stop on 4th and goal.
Wrightstown gave them all they could handle. They were up early.
Yeah. I mean, they had 5 minutes, all 3 timeouts. They drove down to the 1-yard line, and a 4th down stop wins it for the Wolves in week 1.
And Omro Winneconne, one of the oldest rivalries in the state.
Wow. That should be a fun one. And
it's been non-conference for as long as I've remembered. They haven't been in the same conference. Flyaway for the Omro Foxes, and Winneconne's moved around recently, now in the Bay.
Nim's going to take the corner kick here in the 55th. Attempted kick there in the middle from Spash, but this one cleared out of the way. Trying to push it up is Larson for the Cardinals. Swing it to the far side. This one might roll out of bounds, and a good save, but it will go out. And a throw in here for number 22, Vanda Wettering. Here's Peranto with his speed and length in the middle. Finds him. Him with some green turf in front of him. To the near side here with Vanda Wettering. Just a miss hit on it, looking for Nim on the drop, but we're going to have a Cardinal throw in here. But subs awaiting on the far side at midfield.
Then volleyball and soccer broadcasts will resume next Tuesday, September 1st, including this SPASH team hosting DC Everest in the opening of WVC play.
Nim finds Stevens in the middle. Nim trying to win it back. We got a down player right now for the Cardinals, kind of just laying there.
Seems to be waiting for the whistle, and now he's going to get up.
Hayes limping, though, here in the middle. Waldvogel passes it right to Stevens. Stevens with the windup, deflected by Waldvogel, and cleared out of the way by Jaramillo. Now Hayes going to take a seat and likely is going to step off here.
4 subs for Fondion.
56th minute here from Fond du Lac High School.
Also coming up on the pitch next Tuesday, Amherst hosting Nakusa in non-conference action. Another WVC matchup, Marshfield hosting Wausau East, as well as a Big Rivers matchup, Chippewa Falls hosting Eau Claire Memorial.
Amherst took on my hometown Kiel Raiders. I just messaged one of my buddies to see if they won or not, so we'll get a score on that maybe in a few minutes.
And again, that SPASH DC Everest game will be on Zaleski Sports. Approximately, most of the home games will be on for SPASH and even some road ones coming up this fall. Their next game will be at home on Thursday against Homestead. Actually, a Division II team for soccer coming down from the Mequon-Thiensville area all the way up to Stevens Point. And then Fond du Lac, they host Green Bay East here at Cardinal Stadium on Thursday. Nice ball there, got through, but nobody except Giuliani to play it.
Giuliani's going to kill some time here, showing some gamesmanship. Finally pick it up here in the 57th minute, coming up on halfway through this second half.
And just like the WVC, FVA play for the Cardinals will open next Tuesday, as the Fond du Lac will have their first road game at Oshkosh West up at Titan Stadium.
We talked about the down year Fond du Lac had last year, but what a tough conference the FVA is. Just so many great programs, whether it's soccer, football, basketball. You have just so many great Division I teams in that conference. As meanwhile, here's a ball up the middle. Spash trying to make something happen. But just being harassed there in the middle is Zillman, and You have to, as he scored that first one before the break.
A new team in the FVA this fall that I just learned about. We're going to have a couple of boys volleyball games, I believe, for Kaukauna coming up in the upcoming weeks. Kaukauna had a team for a number of years now, but the Oshkosh Area School District, a co-op between, I believe, Oshkosh North, Oshkosh West, and maybe even some of the smaller private schools now has boys volleyball. So every team in the FVA will put a team on the court this fall.
Is Zaleski Sports going to cover those, did you say?
We'll have some Kaukauna games. I don't know if it'll be against Oshkosh.
That'll be super cool.
And, of course, we'll have plenty of girls volleyball action. Boys volleyball, primarily a large school sport, and definitely an eastern part of the state sport.
Here's a ball in the middle for Zillman. He gets clear with the right foot, bags it into the back of the net. Zachariah Zillman, number 1 before the break, and now number 2. And SPASH leads 2-0.
And where the first one was a perfect strike, that one is just sort of a defensive mishap for Fond du Lac. The ball found Zillman, and he nets his second.
Number 7, Zachariah Zillman in the 59th minute.
I couldn't catch who had the assist, but in the 59th, Zillman bags his second of the night.
And a disappointing turn of events for Fond du Lac there, as the ball just got lobbed in and landed perfectly for Zillman.
It was pretty equal possession so far here in the second half, but again, just the right chance and the right sequence there for the Panthers gets their another goal here in number 2 on the night. And here Giuliani just going to kill some time again before Felon rushes him near on the left side. So how will Fond du Lac respond? Down 2-0 here, coming up on 60 minutes into this one tonight. Miles Detroit, Gunnard Sippert here along with you on a Tuesday night to open the boys soccer season. Like I said in the pregame, how great this is, with the 2 sports. You get the boys and girls at different times of the year, so you almost get to experience soccer almost the full entire school year, which is just super, super neat.
And before I saw it with Coach Loss, I hadn't even considered the possibility of the same person coaching both programs, but that's what it allows for, having different times of the year.
Here's one.
You wouldn't be able to see that in basketball per se, although
Right.
I think I have seen that for a small school up in the Northwest, Siren, last year. I believe the same gentleman coached their boys and girls program, but of course that gets so hard with scheduling.
And I feel like that's a big common factor with boys and girls soccer. You often see, there's a head coach for the boys, let's say here tonight, often will either go down to the assistant or stay as head coach with the girls come around the next season.
Yeah, good continuity within the school's 2 programs.
Right.
We do have, just off camera, it looks like a SPASH player down, so a little bit of stoppage here. We could take a quick break. You're watching Zaleski Sports. SPASH up 2-0. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Tommy's Express Car Wash.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
At Nicolay Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicolaybank.com. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Welcome back to Fond du Lac High School here from Cardinal Stadium after the injury here. Coming up on the 61st minute, halfway through the second half, the Panthers lead the Cardinals 2-0. Both scores coming from Zachariah Zillman. I couldn't catch the assist of the second one, but the first one before halftime coming from Noah Troyer. That is how SPASH leads Fondy 2-0, and getting a little physical after the break and upset is Julian Milan, as SPASH will have a free kick here deep inside their defensive third. Liam Nim, the man we have talked about, although hasn't scored a goal in this one tonight, he has been a huge piece in the midfield.
He's one of those players where they would have the World Cup grades. He'd definitely have a high rating in the nines tonight.
Absolutely. And not sure if he bagged that second assist, but Gunnar and I couldn't catch it, but just has been a big piece here for the Panthers, coming off 3 assists last year, 3 points, and now playing his junior season.
If SPASH is able to hang on here, they have a nice homestand coming up. They don't go back on the road until September 12th when they go to La Crosse Central. They've got Homestead coming up this week, and then, as we said, DC Everest on Zaleski Sports next week. Also, Wisconsin Rapids, Lincoln, Eau Claire North, and Wausau East before they head on the road the next time. So I believe that's 5 different games.
Yeah, like you said, you get this big road trip out of the way before school starts here. Quite a hike for them over here to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Right by the bay here. About a 35-minute drive for me. What about you, Gunnar?
Around 30, yeah.
Yeah.
But for SPASH, I would guess about 90 minutes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, so quite a hike here to begin their season. And they get the old school bus, no coach bus for them, as I see over there, atop of your screen there.
A small squad.
Right, yeah. Yeah, but they had that JV game,
that's
like
true.
you said. So, yeah, and I don't know how many roam between varsity and JV, so that's a big factor too. But here the Panthers' second half have maintained a lot of this possession, scoring yet another goal. Here's a big hit on the near side on the Captain Troyer, who had that first assist to Zillman in the 40th minute before the break.
Stevens Point Orthopedics proudly continues to offer complimentary central sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment this fall. That's 715-344-0701.
I know it's 17 minutes away, but stay tuned for our Nasonville Dairy post-game show with our Nasonville Dairy player of the game and talk to the winning head coach, as right now it looks like it's going to be Stevens Point and head coach Bill Loss if they keep their 2-0 lead. But working their way up is the Cardinals here, trying to get their first one, and off the deflection we'll have a goal kick for Giuliani and SPASH.
And certainly the 2-0 lead has quench the hopes here for Fond du Lac perhaps of winning this one, but even just getting your first goal on the board for the season would be a huge boost for morale here late in this one.
So my friend told me Kiel won today against Amherst. I'm waiting for a score update, but Gunnar said, well, the Amherst game next week. I know Steve's covering Amherst football this week as they take on WLA. Both 1-0 with week 1 wins.
WLA just down the road from here somewhere in Fond du Lac.
Yeah, it's close. It's awfully close. I'd have to look how far, but yeah, it's right around here.
Yeah, 3 games coming up on the gridiron on Thursday. We've got Chippewa Falls at Eau Claire Memorial. That'll be with Bob Bradovich on the call. New Richmond is at SPASH for football. Mike Wendlandt on the call for that one. And finally, Superior, who got their first win in a couple of years last Friday, as this shot is in on Giuliani. Superior will be at Wisconsin Rapids, and Steve Maves, as we mentioned, doing the Amherst game. He'll also be on the call for the Lincoln Red Raiders as they host the Spartans from our northern border.
Stevens looking for the ball up top here. And some reserves in for SPASH. Diaz up top there. Rolls it back here to Stevens. Stevens trying to weave through the defense. Here trying to look for the counterattack. To the far side there with number 14, Larson.
Giuliani's going to have to play it out of bounds. Yeah, wasn't able to pick it up there.
Right.
He's outside of the box, and it might have been touched by a teammate.
Good read from him, though, with his defense kind of scrambling back. He takes it into his own hands. Throwing on the far side there with the junior Larson. So we're in the 66th minute here. 14 and a half to go till full time.
And just wrapping up the preview of Week 2 football, currently on the schedule, 15 different games for Friday night across the Zaleski Sports main channel and Zaleski Sports Extra. If you go to ZaleskiSports.com and just click on the game you want, it'll take you to the correct stream.
And you can view our amazing new multi-view now that we just got installed to start this 2026 school year. So pick whatever game you'd like, and you can listen to your favorite team.
Foul deep in Fond du Lac offensive territory, or pardon me, SPASH offensive territory.
That foul, I believe, on per number 20-something.
Plenty of good matchups on Friday, but the team that I covered last Friday, Kaukauna, big win over West Alice Hale. That's one of the premier matchups we have on Friday. Justin Shizeski and Katie Lecton will head up to Green Bay as a couple of the top teams in Division II, the Galloping Ghosts, at Notre Dame Academy.
That'll be an incredible game. Kingston Allen coming off a 468, I think, yard game with 7 touchdowns. Just the Division I Wisconsin commit.
And a credit to Notre Dame scheduling 2 FVA teams
right off the rip
before they get into their conference schedule.
Yeah, and that's not going to be easy at all. Trying to get back to
Kaukauna looked very solid. Got that opening kickoff return touchdown, and their run game was pretty effective against Nathan Hale High School from West Alice.
Bunch of touchdown calls for you for the Galloping Ghosts, right, Gunnard?
Yes, all on the ground, I think. No passing touchdowns.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, 2 for Mohamed Job, the running back, and then I believe the quarterback, Ryan Carroll, ran in 3, and then you had that kickoff return to start the game from defensive back / kick returner Lathan Hurst. Got to talk to Mohamed Job about how he was back there for that opening kickoff, but he wasn't the one that took it to the house, and he was talking about how he had one of the blocks that set up Lathan to take it 90 yards.
There you go. So meanwhile, we're in the 68th minute. Go ahead.
No, very exciting team, that Kaukauna team. That's going to be the main team in the FVA we'll cover this year, all of their games. Of course, we'll get a little taste of the FVA when Kaukauna plays those teams, but we'll see them play Fond du Lac. In fact, I'm wondering if that is a road game or not. I know it comes up about the middle of the season.
So meanwhile, Stevens working his way down the field, finds Nim. Nim to the far side here with Oswald. As Spash seeks goal number 3 here in the 69th minute. Cross in from Oswald, and the header just offline. Can catch the number over there on the far side. It was number 28, possibly, Mansell. And on the far side.
That game between the football programs, Kaukauna and Fond du Lac, will not be here. That's one of the few home games that Kaukauna has this year. 3 home games, 6 games on the road.
Hayes looking up here for number 7 Felon on the near side. And on that previous sequences was Mansell missing the header. Here's the shot from Hayes, deflected off Peranto, and a dangerous tackle from him on the foul. He didn't like the call. Center official said he got the extended arm. And Hayes a little slow to get up, as we saw him in the second half as well. So free kick from the 30-yard line going to come from Dawson Larson. Dangerous spot. We'll see if Giuliani can navigate his defense. Kick from Larson. Dangerous one inside the box, and flicked the back of the head from Waldvogel right into the hands of Giuliani. And that nearly was the first one tonight for the Cardinals.
Great ball. Absolutely beautiful flick on the backwards header there, but right at Giuliani. Unfortunate for Fond du Lac, but what a great look.
Giuliani pinned here, and the reaction time Fred has to have on that ball. I mean, that thing was in his hands within seconds. Thankfully, he was in the right spot, and the little flick for the Cardinals doesn't go from Lucas Waldvogel. Here's Waldvogel dropping it back to the senior Klotz. We haven't heard his name a lot. Near side defender tonight for Fondy. On the far side, Zakowski. And taken away here in the middle by Nim. Nim with a burst of speed gets by Waldvogel, but Waldvogel harassing him. He gets tripped up.
Great run from Nim, staying on the ball.
We are going to see our first booking tonight, and it's going to go against Lucas Waldvogel, booked here in the 71st.
Yellow card for Waldvogel. Free kick coming for the Panthers at about the 37-yard line. Coming up in the WVC for football. I always have to reorient myself for football. Eau Claire Memorial and Eau Claire North, I believe, members of the WVC. So Memorial, as I said, hosting Chippewa Falls on Thursday. SPASH hosting New Richmond, and Wisconsin Rapids hosting Superior. On Friday, DC Everest hosting Menominee. It's a big crossover between the WVC and Big Rivers this week. Wausau East is at La Crosse Logan, and Wausau West looking for him on the schedule here, but
kick coming here from Micah Peranto. Plays one inside the 16. This one cleared out from the Cardinals. Looking to get up ahead is Jaramillo. You're on the near side, leading the way to Milan.
Good run. Got around a defender sliding there.
And kicking this one out of bounds, Noah Troyer. First assist of these 2 goals scored by the Panthers tonight. And now Milan will take the throw. Kicked away by Stevens, out of bounds. Another throw for Fond du Lac. 8 minutes to go here till full time. Stay tuned for our Nasonville Dairy post-game show with the winning head coach and player of the game.
Number 3, Donovan Loss. Number 5.
And some reserves coming in for SPASH. For the Panthers, it's Donovan Loss and Logan Walasek. 2-0 lead. You're coming up on 7 minutes to play here, and it's where you can get your reserves some time who, work hard in practice, get those not starting minutes, but, kind of deserve those minutes here towards the end when you lead, and who put in that time and that work during practice all season long. It's essential to get them on the pitch.
Sophomore forward going off there for SPASH with a fantastic name, number 55, Inigo Gutierrez de Rosas La Fuente.
Oh, you nailed it perfectly.
Might have to shorten that down for the next time SPASH is on our airwaves.
And I just had Inigo Gutierrez.
Yeah, we could just call him Inigo.
That's what I just had.
He can have one of those one-name football nicknames that players go by.
You could just call him by last name initial. Hey, G.
Yeah.
Here's G out there. Or Inigo. IG for initials, maybe.
Lucas Waldvogel for number 5, TR Block.
6.5 to play here in the second half, with the Panthers leading the Cardinals 2-0. Good trap here in the middle by TR Block.
Big ovation for TR when he came in.
Yeah, I heard that. Larson here looking for an opening. And the wind-up here, no good. And on this near side again was Milan. Milan trying to win this thing back. But in his way is Walasek. Walasek, big hit, and a foul will go against him here on the near side. It's going to be a dangerous spot here. Kind of replicate this as a corner kick, and we've only seen 2, I believe, from the Cardinals tonight. But that's how, if you're a coach, you kind of treat this one. You got a 2-person wall here of Stevens and Walasek.
Good to see Stevens with a injury-free second half here, and he seems to be himself.
And the wind-up here, just offline. The wind-up from Blago in the middle. No good, just above the crossbar, and he was the one who prevented that first true chance for SPASH back in the first off that corner kick header.
And now I wonder, if your coach lost for SPASH, how much do you want to tell your players? All right, that's going to be the last chance we allow. We're just going to control possession here.
A big thing
and
too,
play a clean 5 minutes.
A big thing too when you sub too is you have to keep that energy up with your reserves, and you can't let off the gas against great programs like Fond du Lac here tonight. You lead 2-0, but Fond du Lac has had great chances all night.
And certainly they're playing back here. No Fond du Lac, no SPASH player was up above even the 45-yard line there.
Waldvogel on the far side looking for the man who nearly had that goal, Blago. He prevented a big goal and struck there for a potential goal for his team. But still a 2-0 score here as we have 4.5 to go here till full time. Glad he could join us, Von Zaleski Sports. Miles Detroit, Gunnard Sippert here from Fond du Lac High School. Beautiful complex here with the softball stadium to our left. Practice football field across here, the complex. Obviously soccer, track, football in front of your screen.
Yeah, big win for the Fondy football team. I think it was close at half between them and Hartford, but they really pulled away. Junior quarterback Eli Mikulkavich had a good one.
Over here to Walasek, who winds up and just offline. And a goal kick coming here, trying to go quick is Bilo and the Cardinals. 77th minute here from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Again, if you're watching, stay tuned. Nasonville Dairy postgame show with the winning head coach and our Nasonville Dairy player of the game. And SPASH just going to look to ride this thing out here. Fond du Lac, although the great possession they've had, some really good opportunities, they have just not been able to find one in the back of the net. And really, honestly, true good shots as well. It's really been SPASH on top of this one tonight.
Yeah, not many shots open from inside, I'd say, the 20-yard line for Fond du Lac tonight. It's been a lot of plays on the run, a couple of set pieces that led to some scary situations for Giuliani.
And Noah Troyer has really led this defense and the offense with that assist on the first goal. But his defensive line has been really working together, and it helps when you have a man like Fred Giuliani leading the charge as well, giving out the vocals.
Yeah, sir. You heard him in the first half. I heard him in the first half. You know, he's basically an assistant coach out there as well as your 11th player.
Yeah, and you could hear him during warm-ups talk, and you've heard him tonight.
And plays well beyond his years. This is the first game of his junior season. He's got a full year of varsity experience. I imagine didn't play much on varsity as a freshman, but last year I believe he played all but 53 minutes in goal for the Panthers.
Yeah, good math. Yeah, 1,467 the total for him, the second-team all-conference member of Fred Giuliani. As we are 2 minutes away here towards the finish line. So glad he could join us all throughout this one tonight. We're going to have a throw in here on the right side.
Now, was that just the refs overruling it and giving it to the Fond du Lac for a throw-in, or was that some sportsmanship there?
I'm not sure. I think I just saw it go off of SPASH.
Oh, okay. It was a quick little deflection I missed.
Yeah. Stevens with the wind-up. Outside here to Milan. And finally going to look for one last push here as we're a minute 20 away. But not letting it happen is Walasek. And a big piece, too, we haven't talked about it much, is how good SPASH has won the midfield. That's super essential in this game, is winning the midfield. And it helps when you have Liam Nim, the junior, who has been great there tonight. We've mentioned him a lot. But they truly did win the midfield, and that is a big reason that they are going to win this game here tonight.
And as you said, this is essentially his varsity starting debut. He had 3 points a year ago?
Yeah. Yeah, 3 assists, 3 points for him.
Yeah,
his sophomore year.
SPASH certainly losing quite a few all-conference honorees from a year ago. I believe it was four or five.
Four, yep.
Four, and a couple of first-teamers in Savan Dinga and Tyler Falkovich.
Yeah, on your offense, and then but even that, you return your leading scorer of Zachariah Zillman. That
certainly helps.
Scores 2 tonight, yeah.
Yeah, the question going forward is going to be, when teams are able to neutralize Zillman, what is Coach Loss's team going to do?
Right, who's going to step up? And, we talked about big pieces, Stevens and Peranto in the middle. And here's a big hit and a foul call in the middle.
This will take us to 80 minutes, but a SPASH player will be down.
3, 2, 1.
And I believe that was either Stevens or Peranto in the middle.
Hey, he gets up.
He's quick to hop up. It was Leighton Stevens. No matter, the final score, full time here from Cardinals Stadium. The Stevens Point Panthers 2, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 0. A game that Stevens Point really had from the start and played an incredible 80 minutes. And they get the winning effort here to open up the 2026 boys soccer season. So, Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. Coming up next, we'll have the Nasonville Dairy winning coach along with Stevens Point Panther player of the game, number 7, Zachariah Zillman, the junior. When we return, you are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back, folks, on Zaleski Sports. This is Gunnar Sippert with you. Just waiting on Miles to corral Coach Loss and the player of the game. Actually, waiting on Miles to walk down there. Quite a big complex here in Fond du Lac. The SPASH Panthers getting a 2-0 victory over the hosting Fond du Lac Cardinals here from Cardinal Stadium. Both goals by Zachariah Zillman, the junior, last year's leading scorer, by 1 goal over senior Savan Dinga, both of them first team all-conference, along with Tyler Falkovich. So only Zachariah returning of the 3 first-teamers. I see Miles walking over now. I will just pan out as soon as I see him get a hold of Coach Loss. Coming up for both of these teams, SPASH will host Homestead on Thursday, and then our next game for SPASH on Zaleski Sports next Tuesday the 1st versus DC Everest. And Fond du Lac will host Green Bay East this Thursday, and they'll be at Oshkosh West next Tuesday. And I see Miles over there now. They're going to get their post-game stretching in. I will wait until they're ready, and I will give Miles the thumbs up.
can't count, so there's that part. Okay. You guys done? Yeah. Zilly, come on over.
I'll talk with you first, and I'll get Zach.
Good. So you gotta wait. What do you want? You want him in here, or do you want him off to the side?
Yeah, just offside. I'll get you first, and I'll get him. All right, we are back here with our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. I'm here with winning head coach from Stevens Point, Bill Loss. Coach, great win for you guys. Kind of took you a while there to settle in, but once you got your weapons going, kind of went smooth sail. And overall for you, what adjustments did you have to make to get that first goal there before the break?
I think one of the things that was obvious to us was that Fond du Lac was playing with 5 in the back, and they were making things really difficult for us to play anything through. So we talked a little bit about trying to play around, having guys make runs off the ball to create space, and we managed to do that. And Zach got as a defender in a 1v1 situation, and that's how he managed to put the ball in the back of the net on that first goal. So that certainly helped us a lot, and I thought in the second half we did a better job of that very thing in terms of creating additional space on the wings and then playing the balls in behind. And then Zach got another one, and then that kind of put us in a good spot.
Absolutely. So talking a little about last year, losing a handful of seniors, but you have guys like Zach, you have Micah Peranto, guys that fill those shoes and have a ton of experience from last year. How excited are you for them this year to take a bigger role for the team and kind of lead your squad here?
We were a young team last year. We did lose, a significant number of seniors, but these guys got a lot of playing time last year as sophomores, and that certainly, I think, has helped them because now they have the varsity level experience that allows them to be able to come out and kind of pick up where they left off. I mean, we're actually younger this year than we were a year ago if you look at our roster, so the future is now as well as next year because these guys are going to be around for a good couple of years. So for them, took us a while to kind of get the rust off. We've only been playing for 8 days now, so this is inevitable, but it's a good chance to get out with a win, get off to a good start, and then get ready for the next one tomorrow.
Like you said, you get a big FVA road trip win here today, and now you go back home. What things from tonight do you take away, work on from tonight, and use back on home next week?
Well, every game's tough. You got to take it one at a time. You got to take everything one day at a time. Our focus now needs to be on the training tomorrow and getting better. Homestead's coming to town on Thursday for our home opener. They're a very formidable opponent, state qualifying team the last 2 years in a row. So we're looking forward to playing them again. And hopefully we can work on some things tomorrow that allow us to be even better on Thursday. And so that's got to be the focus, just incremental improvement every day.
Thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win. Good luck next week. Now we are here with Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Player of the game, Zachariah Zillman. Zachariah, 2 goals for you, winning effort. How does it feel? I talked with your coach, big minutes from you last year, and, to come out here, pick up where you left off, score the 2 goals. You get an assist from your captain. How about it? How does it feel just to, lead the troops this year and try to pick back up where you left off last year?
Yeah, it just feels great to really have a good showing today, especially first game. Definitely want to thank my teammates for holding it down in the back line, getting it to the midfield, and eventually getting it up to me. And it was a great day today, so really happy with that.
Absolutely. You talked about your teammates who kind of set those opportunities up. Your center back, your senior captain. I talked to your coach about losing a handful of seniors, 9 from last year, and losing those guys. How excited are you to kind of fill those shoes this year? You get 2 goals today. You've seen kind of a sneak peek of what you'll see this year. How excited are you moving forward?
For sure, super excited. We got this young team of juniors and then a couple seniors really looking to carry on from before and do even better. So really excited, looking forward here.
And what I noticed about you is you really use your speed to a really good advantage. And what other tools are you looking to utilize kind of this year outside of your speed to be the leading scorer like you were last year?
Definitely just IQ and trying to play through the gaps. Maybe, like you said, using the speed is great too, but if you can really use the teammates, play smooth passes, it can really help to
We've talked
better. So, yeah.
Your offense, but how about your defense? Fred Giuliani, returning all-conference member, including your center backs. You lost 2 big center backs last year, but your defense obviously shut out. The offense scored 2, but a big shutout performance. What pieces are you looking forward to watching of your defense to try to keep opponents off the board this year?
Yeah, huge props to them today. They did a great job holding it down in the back. Fred, just an amazing keeper, amazing saves. And then we got Garrett, Noah. They're great back there. August, lead the line. It's really excited and looking for a bright season.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
have a great rest of your season. Good luck next week. That was Zachariah Zillman, our Nasonville Dairy post-game show player of the game. Final score here from Fond du Lac High School, the Stevens Point Panthers 2, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 0. Thank you so much for joining us here with Miles Detroit and Gunnar Sippert. A great way to kick off the 2026 high school boys soccer season here in Wisconsin. And for Stevens Point going off the year starting 1-0, and for Fond du Lac dropping to 0-1. Like Gunnar said throughout the broadcast, we'll be back on Thursday with a few slate of football games, and Friday a jam-packed evening for you with games on Zaleski Sports and Zaleski Sports Extra. So here from Fond du Lac High School, from Cardinals Stadium, the Stevens Point Panthers 2, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 0. Have a great night, and we will see you in a few days.